Welcome to JavaScript tutorial. In this video we are going to discuss about JavaScript object. Okay, so in JavaScript, objects are a defined type of data type that allows you to store a collection of key value pairs, right? So if you want to define any object, simply use let's my object name, suppose obj1, and let's use these things, so it will become the object. Okay, and inside the object we will get all the data into key value pair. Okay, so let's create a real object. Suppose I am going to create a student object, so simply just name a student, and here I can pass any property or key to the object. Okay, so in an object if you write name, so this is actually the object property, and a colon is the option to define the name and the value. Suppose name is John. Okay, so now in a student object there is a value which is John and the key is name. Okay, so now if I just going to print the value of the name, actually I am going to print the John. So how can I print this? So simply write student dot name and it will give the output John. So this is a simple object, and how to print the data from the object you can understand, right? So this is actually the value and this is the object property. Now if I just going to add another thing, suppose I want to add the age of the student, suppose this is 10. Okay, so the age of John is 10. So how can I print that things? So simply write age. Okay, so it is printing. Now if I want to print all the object data, so simply write in the student and you will get the object name and age, right? Here John is a string type of data, that's the reason we are using the first inverted comma, or you can use the double inverted comma also. You can use the string define concept. Okay, so this is the string type data, that's the reason we need this, and this is the integer type of data, so we don't need to write any inverted comma. Okay, now if I just going to add any new value into the object, how we can do this? So simply I just going to add any email to the student object. Simply just write here student dot email. Okay, and here simply define the email, suppose string type data, so john@email.com. okay, now if I just refresh the student data, you can see there is 3 records, name, age and email. Now the object become this 3 value. Okay, name, age and email. So if you just write in this way, so it will give the same output. So this is the email, and I don't need to write this email also. Now it's getting the same output. Sorry, what is the error? You don't need to write as a semicolon. Okay, so this is the output, this is the same output. Okay, now if I just going to modify anything, so let's say I already declared any object. Now I want to modify the value from the object. So how can I do this? So simply student dot age. Suppose I am going to modify the age of the student, so simply there was a 10, so I just going to modify into the 20. So if you just refresh this, so you will get the 20. So that means the student is declared, and now I just modified the value and printed that value, so I am just getting the updated object. Okay, so this is the things. So let's create some complex logic. Suppose I am going to print here the simple one student data. Suppose there in a class there is hundreds of records or more than that. So how can I store into the single object? Easy. And you need to store all the data into the object when you going to create any project or going to create any application. You will need this very much, array and object. This is the core concept of any application, right? You need to create the logic and you need to use that things, right? Without that you cannot create any dynamic application, right? So now this is the simple object. Now I am going to create another object. Suppose let's create an object for any school. So in a school there is a school name, there is school website, and there are multiple students. So let's say var, or you can use the let also, no problem. This is the variable declaration, and let's use the school, sorry. And here I am just going to add some property to the school. So first property, there is a name. Suppose my school name is, suppose example school, example, example school. And suppose they have some website for the school, so let's use a website, and example.com, see the website name. And suppose I am just going to create a student object, means there are lots of student can have available. So I am just creating this array. Actually these are calling array of object. Okay, so here I will just declare some students, right? So here inside just maintain the align so that you will clearly understand. So here I just writing name, suppose John, and its age is suppose 20, and then just use the email equal to John @email.com. So in this way there are multiple students record, so simply just copy and paste, and let's use let's create another. So let's change, sorry, there is one extra second bracket, so just change mark, and mark age is suppose 10, and here just change the email mark, and here just change the name David, and just write david@email.com, and let's use the age is 15. So actually this is the thing. So this is the object, this is the school object, and in the school object there is two property or three property, name, website, and student. Actually name and website is the student school property, and student is the array of object where we can store multiple student data, right? Now if I just going to print whole things, so what actually we will get. Now just refresh this, sorry, console this, console.log, and simply just going to print the school. Okay, sch double l. Okay, all are good. Now just refresh this, you are getting all the things. So just little zoom, and here we are getting name and website, and you will get the three things. This is the inside the array of object, we are getting three data inside the student. So all the student we are getting here. In this way you can see more elaborately. Okay, now the question is, if I just going to print mark, means I just going to get the data from mark, how can I do this? So this is the object name school. So inside the school we will have the student, so just simply write school dot student, and inside the student we have mark in the index of 1, so simply just write 1, and I want to get the name, so simply write name, and let's see what we will get. We will get mark. If I want to get the full data from mark, how can I do this? So just print the school student 1 and refresh, you will get the full data from the mark. So in this way, if you just write 2, so you will get only data from the David. So you can understand how easy we can manage the object. Okay, so this is very simple. So if you have a clear understanding of array, you will get easily object concept, right? So basically objects are powerful data types in JavaScript which allows you to organize and manipulate data in a flexible and dynamic way, right? So hope you can understand what is the object in JavaScript. If you still have any queries about this video, you can comment me in a below comment section. Next day we are going to discuss about another interesting thing. Suppose there is 3 student inside the student. There are multiple student can have in a school. Suppose if I going to create a list, how can do this? We can print in this way: school student 2, school student 1. In this way we cannot print. So there are thousands of students may have. So we need a loop concept. So we will create a common logic, and inside the loop we will execute. Means in this way we will print full student data in a simple way. So we are going to discuss about that things. We are going to discuss about the loop concept of JavaScript. So please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.